I know it. I usually get that. I look a lot bigger on TV, man. But Melvin was sure nice, to give me his shirt and his gloves, and I look forward to the match on Friday.
Is there a difference between being bad and being this kind of bad?
Yeah, it's a huge difference. To step into that ring, you've got to be a bad man. I couldn't even imagine. I do it with the helmet and shoulder pads, but I have all the admiration in the world for what he does.
What inspired you to come out here today?
Well, I've just been enjoying it, man. It's definitely a passion of mine, to toss and tumble. Though when you're with a helmet on, you can't really do it. So when you get to see it live and in person, and Melvin, somebody of high caliber doing it, you look forward to coming out here.
How big of an MMA fan are you?
And I think my my stepbrothers are huge MMA fans. I'm sort of just coming into the mix. I watch it because it's a sport and a competition. It's something I love doing. I love competing at any level, so it works for me.
Is there one wide receiver that you'd like to get into the Octagon?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I would love it. I really would.
Would you fight him?
I would mix it up for sure. If there ever came a time and a place, I would definitely love to do it.
So is this a challenge to Andre Johnson?
No, it's not a challenge. I just said if an opportunity ever presents itself, MMA, and we could do it, I would love to.
There's been plenty of football players who's come into MMA, like Joshua Walker and so on. There's also been some kind of celebrity matchups in MMA from former football players and so on, baseball players even. So you would definitely consider doing that?
I would consider doing it. Being a family man and things of that nature, I just like to have fun a little bit. And he's a talented guy, so, we'll leave that on the football field. But, I would think about it. But it's one of those things that happen, you move forward.
Would you train with Melvin for that fight?
Absolutely. I would definitely. He's a bad mamma jamma, and I got to be a bad mamma jamma, so I would definitely train with Melvin.
What about Brett Maxey? Do you know him? Did you know him?
Don't know him. Don't know anything about it. There's one story that I have of him, which is, I don't know if it's the best story to tell, but I was a rookie, and going to pre-combine workouts, and I remember meeting him in Atlanta and him telling me that I couldn't play in the NFL. So that's my one, I'm going to definitely remind him about that when I see him. And I think he meant it, so I'm going to definitely remind him about it.
You're going to take him in the Octagon now?
Nah, I'm for his office, it's all in good fun.
Can we just ask you whether or not you've had any contacts with the fight?
Have not, don't know anything about it. You know where my heart is. It's here, but it's the business side to it all. And, as you grow, you'll see it. And I just look forward to, whatever comes.
A little nervous. What was it, May 13th or 23rd?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm nervous. I'm just, patiently waiting. And it's like, hurry up and wait. That's what I'm doing.
How is this?
What are you up to right now? What have you been doing?
You know what? Just being a father and a husband, and trying to be a better at that. That's my New Year's resolution, to be a better me. And if I continue to do that, I'll be all right. So we'll see. I'm starting to take up swimming a little bit too, and maybe mix it up with Melvin from time to time.
We see a lot of football players actually starting to train in MMA with the Jay Glazer and so on. We saw Sean Maramont and Mercedes Lewis. Have you had any mix-up in mixed martial art training, or would you consider it?
Yeah, I've actually been here before and mixed it up a time or two. I don't. You got to be a bad man to step on this mat and continue to come in, and that's something I may do in the near future.
How did you do when you were in here?
I got whooped, as I should be. Being an athlete just doesn't, work for this. You got to have skill, and that's something I lack here.
Do you remember when this sport just started? I mean, it seems like yesterday to guys like us, but what's it been like for a professional athlete to watch this sport grow to the level it has?
I mean, I think it's just been that. I mean, it's just been, a thing that you've seen them grow and grow and grow and get bigger and bigger. Now be on FX and things of that nature. It's just something, nice to watch. There's so many talented guys in this profession and do what they do. So it's a nice little ride that you get to, come out here and watch.
Most of them not quite as pretty as you, though, are they? They take a beat.
Yeah, they take a beating. From the nose to the eye to the lip, and that's just something they thrive on. That's the adrenaline rush that, we as football players get. And it's the, adrenaline rush when that door closes. It's all she wrote. So I look forward to the match on Friday.
You got a prediction on Melvin's fight?
I got to roll with Melvin, but I look to be a great fight. So there's going to be so many good fighters deserving to win, but definitely want to see Melvin come out on top. Yes, sir. Thank you.